After the Trojans spurned their agreement with the Greeks, a great battle began. Heroes from both sides fought bloody battles, and even the gods participated in the dispute. Athena, the goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare, was on the side of the Greeks. Apollo encouraged the Trojans in the fight. Ares, the god of war, was followed by a sinister procession, which carried all the evils of war. Eris, the goddess of discord, strove to keep burning the flame of hatred that impeded the two peoples from finding peace. Deimos and Phobos, the sons of Ares, filled men with fear and terror. Ajax, the gigantic Greek warrior, after slaughtering a renowned Trojan hero, began to fight for the spoils. The fallen enemy's weapons and armor were true trophies. These spoils of war had not only economic value, the status of these trophies was priceless. Among the great warriors fighting on the Greek lines was Diomedes, son of the renowned warrior Tydeus of Aetolia. He looked like a true demon on the battlefield. All those who crossed his path were defeated. The Trojans, faced with the enormous carnage, began to retreat, fearing Deimos and Phobos. But the god Apollo did not allow the men of Troy to be overcome by fear. With the god's support, the warriors of Ilium returned to the fight. The formidable archer Pandarus wounded the great Achaean hero again, shooting at Diomedes. Pandarus's arrow pierced Diomedes' shoulder. The Trojan archer celebrated and boasted that he had brought down the unstoppable Greek warrior. But Diomedes had not fallen. As his aide extracted the arrow from his body, Athena instilled in the hero the vigor and daring of his father. The goddess told him that he had nothing to fear, for she would always be at his side, regardless of the opponent. Diomedes hurled his spear, trying to hit Pandarus in the mouth, who was mistakenly celebrating his victory over Tydeus' son. The blow was terrible. Pandarus fell to the ground, and Diomedes walked over to him to pluck out his spoils. But Aeneas did not allow his friend's body to be plundered and tried to defend the corpse. With a large boulder, Diomedes attacked Aeneas. The heavy stone severely wounded the Dardanian prince's leg, who fell to the ground. Diomedes was ready to make another famous victim. But the goddess Aphrodite descended to earth to rescue her beloved son. As she lifted Aeneas up, the unthinkable happened. Diomedes threw one of his spears at the goddess, wounding her hand. The goddess wept as the divine ichor, that is, the blood of the gods, gushed from her hand. Aphrodite complained to Zeus, but he told her that he did not want to get involved in the quarrels of men. That was the job of Ares and Athena, the warlike gods. The god Apollo placed himself between Diomedes and Aeneas, but even that did not stop the Greek hero's momentum. Diomedes attacked Apollo, who dodged the hero's blows, but Diomedes' insistence enraged Apollo. The shining god gave a loud cry and warned Diomedes how foolish it was for a mortal to try to equal a god. The son of Tydeus walked away, and Apollo led Aeneas away from the conflict. Beside Hector, Ares was leading a powerful counterattack against the Greeks. Hector's men seemed not to fear death and fought with unprecedented audacity. Athena knew that the ruin of the Greeks would happen if Ares was not stopped, and she could only count on Diomedes to stop the god of war. Ares was Aphrodite's lover. Upon seeing the man responsible for hurting her, he felt an enormous rage. He hurled his divine spear at the hero of Argos, but Athena deflected the spear, preventing Ares from killing her protege. Diomedes hurled his spear at the god of war, and, guided by Athena, the spear pierced his belly. His cry of pain was equivalent to the cry of 10,000 men. Ares fled to Olympus and showed the wound to his father, who told him to stop his whining. The supreme god hated the fact that his son worshipped violence and blood. He was the deity Zeus liked least. Without Ares on the battlefield, the Trojans' advantage was over. and the Greek troops were able to contain Hector's advance. The great Trojan hero could not find his brother Paris anywhere, so he returned to the city of Troy to confront his brother. For his courage, Diomedes was celebrated among the Achaeans as the man who faced and smote the gods. His deeds became eternal.